Hello, my lovelies. I know I've not been around very much. I haven't been visiting everyone or commenting on everyone's videos. That's in part due to it's been very cloudy here in Wales, and our our electric, it comes from a solar panel, so that determines my time online, and that's great. I'm very happy with that. And I've not been making videos either. I think the last one was a couple of weeks back at least, if not longer. And that's been in part to, I mean, I couldn't anyway really if I wanted to because of the lack of charge, but it's actually been in part, well, it's been totally because of being immersed in my arting, in my art journals, making art, making things. You know, any of you who do have a channel, you know how long it takes to make videos, and if you edit them, how long that takes. I can't upload videos from home. It's only when I go out because of my weak Wi-Fi. So it's very time consuming, and I most of the time I do love making them, but because of how much time it takes, it does mean that I'm living life less, you know. It's more about the social media, and I do like to be very watchful of that and making sure that I'm actually immersed in life and immersed in what brings joy and makes me happy. And I do find some happiness and joy in making videos and connecting with everyone. But you know, I think you all know what I'm saying. You know, living life and not thinking about how it's going to look on Instagram or in a video is really important to have that balance, I think. So I've just been you know, adjusting the dial of social media, as I call it, and been spending time off it. So having said that, that's just an explanation, but you know, we're into Scorpio season, which means we've entered Libra season, so I do want to catch up with you on that. So last time I showed you my previous journal, and it was just sort of like a Bujo, and trying to work out my formatting for my for my tarot diary, keeping records of my daily tarot readings and anything else like that. Not any deep dives or any big spreads, but it's more of a diary journal situation. Okay, so I showed you, I'm just trying to find out, is this the last one? Virgo season, yeah, there it is. So this was great in that it got me and appreciating that I do like the shorter format compared to my other one, which was just too much. And if I didn't get days that I could write or anything in, there was these huge gaps. It was just a larger weekly diary. So having the Bujo, where you can just decide how much you want to write and how much space you want to assign to everything is fantastic. And I thought, yes, I love that. But then getting back to my art, you know, as in painting and mixed media, of course, then I was dissatisfied with how plain this was. And I wanted to get into that. And, you know, I set this in myself that I mix and match. I'm an experimenter. I'm a creative experimenter. That's what I do. I also felt that I just, as much as I like this, I really love seeing the elements of the cards throughout the month. I just forget to do it, and then I do it later. And I do like doing it. So it might be something I incorporate again in the future, but I've left that out for now. Anyway, so this month, what I did, I took inspiration from, oh gosh, I'm going to forget her name, Diane. How can I forget? Diane Reevely, I think. Is it Reevely? Any of you who do art journaling mixed media will know of her. And she does, she has her own line of products with Ranger, you know, Ranger inks and Tim Holtz and all that. And she has this thing called a dialogue. But anyway, I didn't want her thing exactly. I wanted to do my own thing. And so I found these relatively inexpensive journals, which they're not made for paint, they're not made for mixed media, but they take it really quite well as long as it's not too wet. and there's lots and lots of pages, so it's going to last me some time. So I did that for Libra season. So I did my usual, this one I just used inks, and it was like, well, this is what I do, I want paint. So it got crazier later. So I've just pulled down my little scarf curtain. I think it's washing everything out. The sun's actually decided to make an appearance, so that's wonderful. Get a bit more charge. Okay, so Libra season. Okay, so I've done what I did in my other one, and I've put my own birth chart with the transits around it, and that's just, I love this, and I'm going to keep doing this because it's such a very quick way for me to check. Not only can I see the transits of the month, but I can see how exactly it's affecting me and what it's going over. So yeah, we'll definitely keep that. I've actually forgotten to put my 4 cards for the month, but never mind. Okay, so this one was good fun, just to splash some paint around, but I'm going to make it small. I'm going to make it just, I already have actually made it a single page for the next one. But I'll show you some cards and some decks that I use. So these are my monthly cards. So I choose different cards every month for different reasons. So in this month, last month, I chose my main card. Then I chose an animal, a herb, a goddess, and a, what was this one? This was like a shamanic, yeah, this was my shamanic guide. And the hermit crab was an extra card, which I'll explain. Okay, so connected and free oracle was for my just my main card of the month, and I'll keep that open there. I'll just show you a few cards. So this is the connected and free oracle, and I pulled the, isn't that gorgeous, abundance. I pulled, oh, this one, there you go. I pulled the sacral card. So it has 7 chakras along with other cards in it as well. And this is my unique self, personal brand of creativity, explore creative self. I'm just reading off my journal. Freedom and flow, leaving me open and fulfilled. I mean, it couldn't be been more perfect. I absolutely, my sacral chakra just opened up and it's exploded this month, and I've just been splashing paint and ink, not everywhere, in appropriate places. Mentor, yeah, so gorgeous strength, really lovely cards, and I have actually used them a few times this month. Oh, I just love that one. Okay. For my animal, I chose the Wild Elemental Oracle. And I have the creators, I have their Empathic Oracle and the, I can't remember what the other one's called, but just their general shamanic one. So this one's all animals and really nice readings. And I chose, oh, I drew Eagle, which, what do I have written here? Keen insight, which I've actually drawn that sort of message a few times. Dignity, grace, see hidden truths, reconnect with spiritual path, be open, listen, allow. Mole. Isn't it great that they included a mole? Don't know how well these are coming out with this sun. It's not really a flip through video, so I haven't properly checked, so hopefully you've seen it. For the botanical, I chose the cards with the herbiary. This is the second edition. I never got the first one. This is the second one where the cardstock is, well, they're proper cards. And I really like this one. It's really, really simple. By simple, I just mean it's not complicated, but it's actually one of the herbs and plants my thing. So plant allies is my witch path, I suppose you could say. And of all the botanicals, a lot of them are very dissatisfying in the link with the actual plant spirit and the actual plant energy. They're lovely. Some of them are really, I have them because they're beautiful. Some of them, you know, they say enough. This one is very simple, doesn't say a lot, and not every herb is spot on, but some of them really are, and it's actually what it says, connects with the spirit of the plant and what it has for you. And then you've got this lovely book, which is you've got some ritual, you've got some reflection, face your shadow, this one. So what did I have? I had sage. So I'll show you a few of the cards. So they have the plant, and there's quite a lot else going on as well, some added thoughts on it. I wonder where my sage is. I know I've used it again, this one. So aesthetically, it's not necessarily my most favourite botanical, but I do like it. I do think they are lovely images. I do like a little bit more simplified illustrations, but yeah, but they are nice. I can't come across sage. Okay, I don't have sage. So I can't find sage, but I didn't come across sage. But it was clear the way, make peace, and move on. Create a blank canvas. Are you ready to release without analysing? So in one part, that was certainly, you know, the not analysing. It's also the cerebral, which is my very Virgo side, and you know, making the videos and editing videos and giving out information and all of that. So I was very much in my North Node Pisces, which is the spiritual and the creative this month. So clear the way is the main message of white sage, and then you've got a little bit here. Life can be sticky. Members of the sage clan have been used in a multitude of cultures for clearing the invisible wisps of energy that cling barnacle-like to people and places. Whether you think of those energies as your own spent emotions or the leftover emanations of someone else's, sage can help you make your peace and move on. It's very simple, and yet it's very clear. That is sage. Sage is sacred because it clears the way, creating a blank canvas and an open path, allowing you the opportunity to reach your full potential. Sage's appearance tells you that a block needs to be cleared, whether you can name it or not, so you can move forward. And then you've got ritual here, and this one is to smudge, and the reflection is letting go. And there's a question, are you willing to release without analysing, which is what I wrote down in the journal. And then when I smudge, I like to use a seashell to catch the ash. This allows me to represent the 4 elements in my ritual. Yeah, so each one has a little different thing, a little note or a quote or some questions. So really nice. Actually, it's only 36 cards. Shame there isn't more, but it's actually a really nice little deck and book. So for my goddess of the month, I used my goddesses knowledge cards. I've shown these as well before. They are really beautiful. It just seems like it's artwork that's been used, and they have the goddess on the back with a little information about it. So it's not very there's not a lot of guidance, just maybe a little sentence or two, but there's the imagery is very conducive to intuitive readings. I think they're very evocative. So I got Eve, which I just felt was a really strange one, Eve, but then she's creation. I've got the notes I took down was life, creatrix, vital force, rebirth, regeneration, relatedness to all. So, you know, by the end of the Libra season, I was like, yeah, it's creating, but it's also starting from fresh. So that was really relevant this month for me. Then this one is a newish deck, and this was my shamanic guide, and it's the Liminal Spirits Oracle. This comes with quite a nice book, full length, full page card with all the colours, plenty of information there, messages. Yeah, really nice. And what did I get? I got Burial Ground, which was quite an interesting one. Okay, I'll show you some of these. So this is an appropriately named deck, I think. You can see the liminal sort of spirits of nature within these natural elements. And, you know, if you know me, spirals, fantastic. So burial ground was about honouring the ancestors by walking my path. And how fantastic is that for getting back to my creative self? Knowing and respecting my power, travel with a lighter spirit forward. And certainly coming off social media allows for a lighter spirit. There is less stress. You know, it's no matter how much we love doing something, if it's causing stress in, and we can't always, especially if you're a fiery person, which I am, with my ascendant in Aries and my where's all these cards? I feel like I'm every card I'm okay. I don't know where my burial ground card is. Yes, with my Aries ascendant, my Sage moon. Fire knows how to burn itself out, so we're great at being passionate and creative, but we're also run that danger of burning ourselves out and not recognizing stress, because the thing is, stress is a neutral word really, and it's some stress can be good. That's how you make a fire. You make a fire by the tension between, you know, the flint and the kindling or whatever, and stress can get things moving, but then too much of it, it's hard for us sometimes to recognize that it's bad stress, because we're so fed by this, by our passions and things. But that's it. I can't make the amount of art that my soul yearns to make, and also make lots of videos. I can't involve myself in conversations online, and also help be a service to people in my community. It just can't, you know. And of course, I'm a mum, you know. I have animals to care for, land to care for, you know, all of that, all the normal stuff. And yeah, there's only so many balls one can juggle until one falls. So I chose to pull back last month, and I'm still doing it really. And before a ball drops, I'm choosing to put one down. So this was my card, which I can't find. Burial ground. Among the standing stones, we can dance with the dead, the other king, the spirits of place, if we dare. Make peace with the memory, leave a stone behind to mark that memory's impact, and then you may travel with a lighter spirit moving forward. You see those hills? They are not just the land, they are made up of the bones of your ancestors. Honour them by walking your path, knowing and respecting your power. So I really like this one. Aesthetically, it's you know, not 100% me, but I'm fine with it. I do like its very intuitive and shamanic type of feel. The liminal is totally my thing, and it's a really nice book. I do like a good book with my oracles. So yeah, liminal spirits, liking that one. Okay, so a little bit more on the journal. So then I started these day logs and having lots of fun. As you can see, I'm putting my little tarot stickers. And I know a few of you have asked, it's one of these. I'm using the for memo, but just Google a mini printer, and there's all sorts that came up. This is just the thermal printer, so it's just black and white, and then you buy the paper separately. And I usually stick them, but I've been actually having to glue them down because I've got so much paint down. So I do that, and that makes it nice and easy. And although they're black and white, they're not like super clear. It's not like a photograph, it's thermal ink, which is great because you don't have to buy extra ink. So ecologically, that's an extra great thing, a bonus. So they're not perfect photo images, but they're very clear, and this is great because then I can see the actual deck that I used and its own special message and its own lovely image as well. Sometimes I colour them in, sometimes I don't bother. stick a few things. I was just getting over being sick. I turned 50 on the beginning of October, so that was fab. As you can see, more's going on, and so sometimes I do these pages, which is the tarot recording, the daily recording, and then I can have an extra page where I can journal something extra that I want to express. So been loving that, having great fun doing that. And of course we've started Scorpio season, but that's for next time. Okay, so to keep this short, so I can upload it for you, I'm going to maybe discuss my new decks, and I do have a few in a separate video. But for now, I hope you enjoyed just checking in with me, and I've enjoyed checking in with you and seeing what I've been doing with my journals. Hope you're all well. Blessings.